Okay?
Yeah.
Good. So today it's just to share with you my passion about form and anatomy of human body, and especially skeleton. I think that we cannot master form without skeleton. Before muscles, we have to understand the skeleton. And I found that in the foot, there is a miracle that we missed often. Because in the books of anatomy that we can find in the bookstore, we have only 2 or 3 view of skeleton, external view, internal, sometimes and we missed about the miracle of architecture of foot. So today I will start with what we find usually in the books, to give you names and some details, and after I will show you what I love about this architecture. So first of all, the next week I will offer you all the legs with the muscles also. So we have tibia and fibula, and what we have to notice now, in French we call this pince à sucre, when we take sugar for coffee, okay. And tibia and fibula like pince à sucre, like to take sugar. So of course with muscles to master the movement of the foot. So now, briefly, I will draw internal medial side and external side, and I give you the names. And after, we will see how the talus, calcaneum, and the other bones, cuboid, navicular, not scaphoid, because in French we have scaphoid and scaphoid in the hand. In English we have navicular and scaphoid, and the 3 cuneiform, and how it conjugates to merge to give us an amazing engineering, mechanical, and of architecture of foot. So, my teacher, the board, said, when we see blurry, we see clearly.
Yeah.
And first, we mustn't see the detail. We have to see the shape, blurry, and after we have to see the foot with blurry way. So, just you can imagine the talus up, and it's the form of shape. Okay, this is just to see. This is internal, and we have an arc. Okay, and the external side is this side, calcaneum, talus, and other. Of course, bit by bit, I will show you all the detail of foot and give you the names. So now, the talus will receive all weight of body, and that's why it's amazing. The first question: how it's possible that a set of small bones, fragile, can support all our weight, all my weight, especially when I jump, we double, and the dancer can even on toes, and it is possible. It's just amazing. So it's something, a mystery in there. So first of all, the talus has a form of a snail, escargot, a snail. Okay. And we have navicular and the first cuneiform and metatarsals. And I love the charcoal. You know, when we have habitude to draw, yes, Susan?
Can you use a darker chalk?
Yeah. No, don't worry.
He's going to have
Oh, okay.
We can see after. It's
Right.
bit by bit. What I'm saying, charcoal. When we have habitude to draw on the blackboard, and from a model, and when I go to the paper, I feel something more. I'm more free, more expression. So it's very good to work with charcoal and chalk on blackboard. So for Susan, I have my snail, and here I have a spoon. Okay. Voilà. This is we call this number one. Number one, it's tellus. It's very important because it's the tellus who receive all the weight. And we have a trochlea here, like a spoon. And this trochlea gives us the movement with tibia. Okay? Extension, flexion, exit. And now we can say that the tellus is connected with navicular. So the first pause is more longer. Okay? And we have here three, we will see them after, three small bones. And we see the first one here, it's large, and he is connected with the first metatarsus of the toe, the bigger toe. And we have, here we have to notice that all toes, they have three phalanges. Only the big toes, he has only two, like a thumb. Thumb, two phalanges and three phalanges. So, and we must to preserve this form. This arc of, and the bar to us, if we have a bar, tennis bar, we cut it in two parts, and we put it here, we can hide it. You see? Because here it's arc, open arc. The internal, we have open arc. So when I draw with this first part, I have to draw the arc to see that I have my foot. So the skeleton is very important to understand how to draw the external side. We have always our snail, our tellus, who is connected with calcaneus. And we can see that the calcaneus is connected with those who give us the two last metatarsus. It's cuboid. And here we have a hole, and we can see here always the tellus with the navicular and the tree, and we see them after. Okay. So we can see that his is flat, but here we have arc. It's a big remark, very important landmark to understand how to draw. And the last drawing that we found in the book, that we have Calcaneus and with three cuneiform cuboid, and the five tones. And we will see the detail after. This is just introduction for the feet. Now the sounding names. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4. So 2 Calcaneus. 3 navicular. 4 first cuneiform. In fact, it's a meta class. First meta class. And en général, generally, we have the 3 images in the books, okay, and we can learn the names, and we think we must have the first. I think now it's only the beginning to understand how it's miracle. The first. So the first remark, the first observation, that all the toes arrived in the same level, in the sole, in the floor. Okay. These two last 5 and 4th toes, they connected with this bone, who means cuboid, and the cuboid is connected with calcaneus. Okay. Now the talus, he is connected with navicular, who give us the 3 cuneiform, and these 3 cuneiform give us the 3 other toes. I try to simplify. So we have talus. Okay. The talus give us navicular. He's a friend with navicular. Who give us the 3 cuneiform. Okay? So the talus has a friend with name navicular, who have 3 little friends, small friends. And he gives the first 3 toes. Now the calcaneus, he has only friends, cuboid, who give us the 2 other toes. So now the toes, they are in the same level. But the calcaneus and the talus, the calcaneus on sur the clavicular, net clavicular. And how it's the departure, one on the other, but when they arrive in the same, all the secret is here. And that's what it gives the architecture of the foot. In intelligence, I can speak about intelligence of form. And I think, and design interior and design of habit, clothes, etc., must know the morphology, bones and muscles. Because if I can master the form and the intelligence with drawing, I can do everything. But it's need work and work. People, the young students today, look for the simple way, the easier way, and quickly. There is something we need to take time. Reading a book, I need attention and time. And to understand the form of body, we need the time and the passion and the love of art. So to show you why I find this beautiful, for example, and with architecture, this is talus. it's beautiful to draw it, to see, it's just amazing. Okay, and we have navicular. Okay, and the tree and navicular. The first, I have here the first cuneiform, the second and the third, and they give us the three bones. And now I take another color, and here I have Calcaneus, who go here, and we see the cuboid just a little bit, and we see the other. Did you see the form? And like if can you see the? I simplified just to see how it's amazing, and it's explained to us as the technique skill that the all weight come here and to split it with Calcaneus, and here the movement can come here and to support numerically all weights and all forms. So this these two forms, I think, it gives us a secret, subtle of this form. So I take some time to work on this. These phalanges, the last phalanges, you know, in we have a boat in the port to fish in this form. And really, it's the form, and we have a fingernail here, because the fingernail, basically, it's like a hair. And there is a substance who gives us a thick form. So this is this form, beautiful form. And now to return from this this side, dessus, what we can now separate the two parts. Beginning to start from terrace, we see that there's a movement. There's a movement to say hello to his friend, navicular. and after they return like an S, they return to tree, and they give us the tree. Did you see it? And this movement, it's just delicious to draw. This is trochlea, the trochlea. And navicular. So it's important to emphasize this movement. And to return here to give us the first cuneiform, so I have a movement here, and I come back to give us the first cuneiform, the first small, and in the middle, this one is a smaller, And after we have the third one, is more bigger. And the third one, he gives us so the first and the thick metatarsus of the big toe. And here I have the second toe and the third toe. First, second, third. And I can give a color to giving color to all this tree. And I can give the blue color for the other. Just to see, sorry. The Calcaneus, navicular, and the tooth one. Now, a small difference. Yes, keep going. Now, it's very important that the limit of cuboid here and with the first cuneiform, it's like this. It's not horizontal. It's really, this is very important because it's open the fingers, the toes. So it gives us this movement. Okay, that's why the foot is large. This is a small detail, but very important for the morphology of the foot. So this one can come here, and the other can go outside. And we have here a mark, very important, styloid dysanchia. This is small. Now, if I cut here, transversal, if I cut here, we have, you must notice something. If I cut here, I have the form of the foot. So, the most, what we say, the ultimate, the higher.
You can call it summit.
Yeah,
the
the
high
summit.
point.
Okay,
Summit.
the summit. It's not in the middle. This is very important. The summit of the feet here is not in the middle, but here, in the corner. So if we were drawing, if I do this, okay, and I come here, I do this, and I come in the front, this, I can draw the finger, the toes, sorry, and I have my foot. Well, it's exaggerate, but I can see the real form of the feet. The summit is not in the middle, but into the first quarter. And the second cuneiform, in French, keystone, like leadwood, keystone. So, navicular, and navicular give us the three. The first cuneiform, the second cuneiform, and the third cuneiform. And this one is the keystone. And architecture, the keystone, it's the part who really makes solid all the form. Okay? So, in architecture, it's very important to understand that. And morphology, it's very important to know that because it helped me to construct my foot. So here, I have perspective, and the second finger, and the third finger. Metatarsus. I can see So here I have the fibula and tibia. And we can feel the form inside. We can feel the life of the foot. Very important, I made mistake. Yeah, very important that always on this side, the fibula, it's more down, and the tibia is higher. So we have a movement here. When I draw the foot, fibula, tibia, there's a muscle that I love. We'll see it next week. Pedule, I don't know pedule. In English, I will see. So the pedule, and I can have my, because I have the movement. So this, just to summarize, for me what fascinated me is tell us on the Calcaneus. So Calcaneus arrived with the navicular, and Calcaneus navicular with the cuboid, navicular, and the Calcaneus with cuboid, and cuboid. You see, the ingenuity, it's not the same level, but because thanks to cuboid, he is generous. He go to the three other and make a shape, a beautiful shape with the continuity, with the three cuneiform. Like la boucle boucle. I repeat, excuse me, my English is not.
You're getting better. That's better.
Well, okay, thank
You're
you.
getting better at doing it, yeah.
Thank you. So I will commence the other side. I have the talus. Has a friend with name navicular. This navicular is connected with three bones. Though we saw that to the second cuneiform, is the keystone. And after he descends, okay, to make contact with cuboid, with beautiful line, with a beautiful shape, and thanks to this connection, we can continue the path till the phalanges. And the secret is how the navicular connected with the three cuneiform and the cuboid. Do you understand? So I have Calcaneus and the talus. It's two level, okay? And how the talus come to connect with navicular and the three cuboid. And this one and the Calcaneus with cuboid, and the cuboid come to connect with the third cuneiform. And this ingenuity of architecture, you know that some architecture in the world is inspired by architecture of foot to build hospitals and huge creation in architecture, because just amazing as an idea, as a concept. It's amazing how to come to cuboid to connect with the three cuneiform and to avoid the different of level. So here is different level. Thanks to other small bones, we find the same level, and we continue our path to the phalanges. And morphology is just amazing. And now, I hope when you take this foot and we will draw it, you'll not just copy some data. We have to look, first of all, and to observe how it's a miracle. This intelligence, it's beyond our understanding. Because more I draw it, more oh God, it's amazing. It's fantastic. So, and the thing that it's impressed me deeply, that it's not objects that I see outside. It's my body, it's my food. That's make things very, very strong and very powerful, because it's my body. I don't need to see miracles outside. My body is a miracle. And unfortunately, we ignore the miracle of our body. And you will see all, for example, yoga and all activity to connect a person with his soul. It's just to connect with his body and the breathing. For example, I'm breathing, but we are not conscious that we are breathing. If we take time to inspire, to inhale for 3 minutes, you will see that we feel good, connected with ourselves. So, to connect our mind with our body, the miracle of our body, it's therapeutic, first of all. Before to talk about art creation, it's therapeutic. It makes me, it gives me an equilibrium, and I don't know how to say it. So, that's the goal of this small workshop today. It's just to focus about this small detail, but it's huge. It's a miracle as a detail to understand the powerful of this the mechanism of the foot. So we think often in school of medicine, we think that if we know all names, we master the subject. So names is secondary in my thought. We can all know talus, calcaneus, cuboid, navicular, tricuniform. It's simple. 5 minutes you have. But to understand the powerful form, it's need time, it's need work, it's need really, it need also passion and courage. So, and we can enjoy to draw different view of the foot with this architecture. For example, first part and so like architecture. I can go to Do you have a question or? Yes, Susan.
Kind of embarrassed, but like, you know what a bunion is?
Sorry?
Bunion. There, that big growth on the...
See the growths that irritate your ball of your foot,
The big toe. Near the
growths
big
on
toe.
the balls of your feet or the corners of your
See that thing there?
metatarsal phalanges.
It makes it crooked, you know, makes the
Yeah.
toe crooked,
It's
right? If
it's
it's,
medical level. Yeah, but
yeah, right. A medical.
genetical sometimes.
Yeah, it is genetic.
But
But-
yeah. You know, the
But they
foot
cut
is-
it, right?
The foot is like the faces. Each one has his foot.
Oh.
There is no two foots similar.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we have same organization, but the form is different.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Okay, no question is, at the Museum of Natural History, they had a drawing class of animals and
Yeah.
bone structure. So this teacher said that the elephant is on his toes,
Yeah.
and the heel, you know, the heel is up there somewhere. You understand that?
Yes, yeah.
Like,
and the
you know,
animals, the horses,
their
the
toes.
sabot, it's the toe, and yeah, it's just one thing, one toes, one toe.
Horses too.
Yeah.
Horses.
Yeah.
But
horses
we
too,
are
yeah.
plantigrade like
Yeah.
bears. We're plantigrade with our
Yes.
heels on the ground.
Exactly. Not to be compared.
But fast animals often run
Big.
on their toes. The fast animals.
Oh,
It's more
and
efficient
elephants
that way.
are like that.
Yes.
Do you
So
understand?
the calcaneus that's the heel bone, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. The calcaneus is here. So
The whole,
when
their whole weight.
the talus receive the weight, he divided with calcaneus, and thanks to navicular to other bones. You know,
Yeah,
it's
it's
just amazing. And also when we think when the dancer they can only on the foot, we can see how the foot is amazing. It's for
I think you're saying that we should all draw from the foot, that articulated foot, we should all spend time looking at it and drawing the bones from the actual foot bones and knowing that, seeing the shape from different points of view, from the medial, lateral, superior, inferior, we should
what we did.
experience it.
What we did in Beaux-Arts, we took our drawing that we did, and we tried to put the skeleton.
Put the bones in.
We take another calc, transparent paper, on the drawing, without touching drawing, we respect the drawing, and we put the skeleton, so we can take the bones, and we see how the position, the view took the bones, and we put it on a drawing. And it's helped us to understand and the model, the form, etc. It's huge, fantastic exercise.
You take a drawing that you did of a person's foot and draw the bones into that drawing.
Yeah, before we have a session, as you do
Tracing
here,
paper.
of a sketch,
Yeah. Oh,
and
the
I have the
tracing paper.
paper.
Yeah, yeah.
On
And
tracing
I take
paper.
a transparent paper, calc, and we draw. We try to find the position of skeleton on the.
Using
And
trace.
after together
Oh.
with students, professor, we correct.
Correct each other.
Yeah, each other together. It's a very sympathetic, convivial, and yes, exercise. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to ask a really dumb question. Are there muscles in the foot?
Of course, this is because the next Thursday we continue this session. But I thought that it's important to take time because if I wanted today to do muscles, I want quickly. I want to take time to see and to understand, to feel pleasure. It's amazing because. Yes.
Did Dubois want the bones to be very well defined before muscles were imagined to be articulated? Was he as concentrated on the bones of the body, the foot, as you indicate that you are today?
No, it's together, but the skeleton is the basis. The muscles he attached in the bones.
Yeah.
If you ignore the skeleton, you cannot.
I'm asking
yeah.
how intensely committed Dabor was to the bones, because our famous anatomy teacher, Robert Beverly Hale, said not too long ago, 40 years or so ago, if you want to understand the body and anatomy, you must draw the bones, disarticulated bones,
Yes.
not just the skeleton,
Of course.
but the bones one by
Of
one,
course.
and get
Of course.
all the surfaces understood. Was
course.
Dabor that?
Yeah, of course. D'abord, Philippe Corbin, François Fontaine, the chief teacher.
The
Yes,
current
because it's the
director.
basis.
Uh-huh.
And And I found that, and we will see the third Thursday, I will explain you the pelvis. And the pelvis also, it's amazing part of body. Intelligence of form. I talk about intelligence of form, really. We will see it in 2 weeks. And I think these courses must be taught not only in arts, but in design and architecture and design.
Architects as well.
Yes, and
I have a
mechanic
comment-
too.
I have a comment on the question.
Yeah.
I think it's a superb question. It's not a stupid question. And I always feel in my teaching that if someone has a question, they're learning. And the question of are there muscles in the foot is the important question. It's not the answer that Gertrude said. It's not the answer, it's a question. The question is God has got her ready to curiously find out just what those muscles are.
Where are they?
And it means that she's ready to learn the next, to go to the next phase. So it was a wonderful question.
Yeah, of course, of course. But my message is just to say that to copy skeleton, it's not enough. It's to really to feel the beautiful, the miracle of forms. It's not only objects, it's more than that.
It's not just technical.
Yeah, technical, and not forget it's my body. I'm teaching my body. We forgot this. It's,
Are you going to be going over the entire skeleton over a series of classes? Is that-
now I'm here in the United States.
We're doing the
So
lower extremity, the lower
Yeah.
extremity, the pelvic girdle, femur, tibia, fibula, and foot in the 4 sets. And then the 2 lectures will be about Paul Richet's contribution
Okay.
to the École des Beaux-Arts. And then we'll see if we can
we'll
do
see
another,
Wagner, yeah.
the
Upper body.
upper extremities
I would like to
and
do
the
it.
torso and the head.
Yeah. But it's important to take time.
Yeah,
Not
it
to-
takes time.
Yeah, we take
And he
our
just
time and-
got his residency and is living here now.
Yeah.
Are those drawings going to be saved somehow, like photographed or?
Oh, we'll photograph them, yes. They'll stay up. We're not going to clean them today.
Okay.
You'll decide whether we clean them next week. If you want to
Yeah.
put new ones on, you want to, you're
Yes.
going to have to do the way, you can figure out how you're going to draw the wall.
I like to recall that part, the keystone.
The keystone of the,
Yeah, that's the first time I heard that used as a keystone. That's what.
Yeah, the clay foot in French.
And a
Yes.
language introduction say that form follows function. So
Yeah.
all those forms.
form
have
follows
function.
function.
And paradoxically, it's the smallest bones here, the smallest, and it's the more important. It gives us the summit and the indication when the foot passes.
Can I tell about the word summit?
Yeah.
Summit is the word that Richet used in his
Yeah.
Morphology La Fin.
Yeah.
But I thought that there's another word for the top of an arc,
The highest.
the highest point. But I found in Gray's Anatomy, the word summit was used in the revision of 1918. Summit was still
Yeah.
used as the top of the arch.
Yeah.
And we think of that as being a place on a mountain or a hill, a summit. But I think in anatomy, summit might still be a proper word. I have to find a foot doctor
Okay.
to find out what the proper word is for the summit.
I'm improving my English, so
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
The other thing, just quickly, I wanted to say is the amazing thing is every one of these little nooks and crannies and little outcroppings serve a function, a very specific function that's been refined throughout many generations of evolution too. So it's not just the beautiful forms, it's also the functionality of those forms, and it allows
Yeah.
you, like you said, to take such
Yeah.
strains and stress and run and jump and
Exactly.
really distribute that
Yeah.
weight is really another level of the amazing
And
form.
biomechanic, there is a science of biomechanic. They explain that the tendon of the foot, for example, this muscle, jambion antérieur, you can
tibialis
pull- you-
anterior.
yeah, you can
Yeah.
pull a bus with it.
The tibialis
Yes, it's
anterior.
very
I
strong.
wouldn't try
It's
it.
just amazing to think about that.
I call that the Da Vinci muscle because he always puts a little form in the middle of the ankle coming towards
Yeah.
the big toe, and it's the tibialis anterior.
Yes.
And models can get unequal and then, get off balance, and you can see the tibialis anterior
Yeah.
pushing against
Yeah.
the
And
restraining.
so the next week we see the muscles who are like with the horse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna pull a card.
Yeah, and,
Tibia.
So are tendons simply extensions of muscles? Are tendons the connectors?
It's
Connect
connected.
muscles of
Yeah.
the bone.
Okay.
But the
muscle contracts and the tendon is pulled.
yes, exactly.
The
Muscles
whole.
contract. Yes, the muscle change, but not the
Muscles are
tendon.
meat.
Yeah.
And tendons.
We will see it the next week.
You know.
Okay.
Next week.
The meat is this,
Again,
the
yeah.
tendon
Mhm.
is non-elastic.
Okay. So